Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or wherever this may find you. I am Mr. Larson on Larson Update. Each week I bring you up to date on last week and what is coming up. Hope you guys had another great weekend. In news last week, the United States surpassed Italy, who is the leader with COVID-19 cases. The positive news of that is the United States is substantially less per capita because Italy has about 60 million, the United States has about 320, so we're sitting right about 5 times as many people in the United States than they have in Italy. So in theory, we should have 5 times as many cases, but we do not, so that's a positive. And Israel announced that they're going to reopen their economy. They're going to do it slowly, whereas the United States and Trump this week announced that he would leave it up to the governors, but gave them 3 stages to open up. And then Bernie Sanders endorsed Joe Biden. This is news because it brings the candidates together. Also, last week I mentioned that he dropped out of the race. Well, this is officially kind of being out when you go and endorse somebody else. Positive news with COVID, there are 70 different vaccines currently being produced, so we'll see how they work and how things are going there. And then finally, huge positive, stimulus checks are going out. So those of you who maybe had a job for the last couple of years, maybe you guys get one of those or your parents do. That could be up to $1,200 for the working adults in the family and $500 for kids. Now over to What I Did, brought to you by the Stay at Home Order. As you guys have known, I have been busy the last few weeks, not just with teaching, but also with doing things around the house. This week, as you guys can probably see in the picture up there, I had a covering over my patio. That covering let in no light and also was very old. It was like 20 years old or something like that. And so the fiberglass they used for that, well, it was disgusting. So we took it all down, redid the top, I pressure washed the roof, and then I had to get out on top of there and put on some clear stuff. You can see the sun through there right there, and it looks substantially better now that you could see that. So that's what I've been doing in my off time and having fun doing it and working through some rain and that kind of stuff. But either way, it was fun. You guys can see that there. This week in history, where we look at events that happened this week in history. In history this week, on April 21st, 1989, the protest in Tiananmen Square, China by 100,000 college students happened. This ended in disaster for some of the students and also was a huge thing on the world stage. And then on April 22nd, 1970, you had the first Earth Day. They will be celebrating on the same day this year, and it will be the 51st. April 24th, 1945, President Harry S. Truman was briefed on the Manhattan Project. This was a project where they were building and designing the atomic bombs that would later be dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan to end World War II. These would not be dropped until August 6th and 9th. Then we have April 25th, 1898, the United States declares war on, well, Spain in the Spanish-American War. In doing so, it did 2 things. 1, the war was very, very short. And 2, the United States started this war in part due to yellow journalism, which is fake news. Finally, in 1954, on August 26th, you have the polio vaccine trials begin. This was a double-blind trial, meaning that neither the patient nor the doctor knew if they were giving away the fake drug or the real drug. And this is now a very standard practice. They will have these practices done as they do trials for our stuff going on today with COVID. Now on to updates. This is updates. Anything you may need to know that you may not already know. Updates for this week. This week I'll be meeting with you guys in your Zoom meetings. So today, as you guys may be getting this, which would be Monday, Tuesdays, I'll be meeting with my first period, and first period will be meeting at 8:30, And then you have on the same day, 12:30 meeting for second period. Third period will be Wednesday, 8:30, and fourth period will be 12:30. Fifth and sixth period, I do not have those for history, so we'll be dealing with that as we go. The other thing to keep in mind is please have your work done from last week. That will be being graded this week, as well as we'll be discussing the document or the questions that I've given out. What kind of pants does Mario wear? Denim, denim, denim. Denim, denim, denim. Denim, denim, denim. Larson, out.